Far away from Earth, in the deep dark space, there was a group called the Galactic Council. They were powerful aliens from many different planets. They had ruled the galaxy for thousands of years. They controlled many planets and destroyed anyone who stood against them. Now, they looked at one small blue planet, Earth. They thought it was weak, simple, and easy to control. Inside the main hall of the council, alien leaders sat around a glowing table. Some had cold silver skin. Others had long necks or glowing eyes. They all looked at a large screen showing images of humans, cities full of noise, people arguing, fighting on the news, and soldiers using old-style weapons. The council leader, a tall creature with 6 eyes and no mouth, waved one hand. "These humans are not ready for the galaxy," he said through a machine that turned his thoughts into words. "They fight each other. Their weapons are weak. Their minds are slow. They are perfect for control." The others agreed. One alien laughed. "They still burn fuel to fly. They fight over land. They are like children." A younger alien, sitting at the edge of the room, watched silently. His name was Cal. He was new to the council and had studied many planets before. Something about Earth made him uncomfortable. He had watched humans longer than the others. He had seen their wars, their strange ideas, their will to survive. They did not look strong, but they had something dangerous inside them. Cal stood up. "Council, I don't agree." All eyes turned to him. The room became quiet. "I watched them too," he said slowly. "Yes, they fight each other. Yes, they are still growing. But I saw something different. They do not give up. They survive things that should kill them. They keep learning, keep building. We should be careful." The council leader stared at Cal. "You are young. You see danger where there is none." Cal did not speak again. The council voted. They would send a small scout team to test Earth's strength. They did not plan to start war yet, just a small attack to see what humans would do. They were sure the humans would panic, beg for peace, or run. The next day, a small alien ship entered Earth's orbit, hidden from human satellites. It carried 3 soldiers and 1 drone. Their job was to attack a human military base in a remote part of the planet and return in 1 hour. At the same time, on Earth, people were busy with normal life. No one knew that eyes were watching from space. In a forest far from the city, there was a secret base. Soldiers trained there, away from the public. They were not told everything, but they were ready for anything. When the alien ship came close, the base radar beeped. A young soldier named Ray noticed it first. "Captain," he said, "I'm seeing something strange." Before they could understand what it was, the alien ship fired. 3 energy blasts hit the ground near the base. A small tower exploded. Alarms rang out. Soldiers ran out, grabbing weapons. From the sky, the 3 alien soldiers jumped down. They had glowing armor and strange weapons. They looked stronger than anything the humans had seen before. But the humans didn't run. They didn't panic. They moved fast. They formed lines. They used tactics. Bullets flew. Explosions lit the trees. 1 alien soldier fell. The other 2 tried to retreat. The humans kept coming. One of the aliens was captured alive. The drone tried to fly back to the ship, but it was shot down. The ship escaped, but the damage was done. The aliens had failed. Earth had won its first small battle. And the aliens didn't expect that. Back on the council ship, Cal watched the video. He saw the humans fight like they had been ready. He saw the fire in their eyes. He saw something even worse. They didn't look surprised. "They knew," he whispered. "They were waiting." The council leader was angry. This was a mistake, but they only won by luck. "We will send more next time." Cal did not answer. He looked at Earth again on the screen. He saw the human soldiers studying the captured alien weapon. He saw their scientists start working on it. He saw their eyes, focused, curious, dangerous. Maybe the Council was right. Maybe humans were not ready for the galaxy. Or maybe the galaxy was not ready for humans. The air inside the Council warship was tense. After their first small attack failed, the Galactic Council was not happy. They believed it was just bad luck. They thought humans got lucky, nothing more. The Council leader stood in the center of the room, watching a screen that showed Earth spinning in the dark space. "We must act again," he said. "This time, we will send real warriors. No more games." A new attack plan was made. A full squad of alien soldiers would go to Earth. Their mission was simple: destroy a human military base, take control of it, and scare the humans. The Council wanted to send a message. You are weak. Obey us. That was the message. Kale, the young alien who had warned the Council earlier, sat quietly in the back. He still believed the humans were not as weak as they looked. But no one listened to him. They thought he was afraid. They called him soft. So he watched as the ships prepared to leave. 3 ships flew toward Earth. Each one carried 10 soldiers, heavy weapons, and battle machines. The aliens were ready for war. On Earth, the humans still didn't know the full truth. But after the first attack, they had become alert. The captured alien had died before saying much. But the humans had learned enough. They knew someone from space had attacked them. They knew another attack could come, so they started to prepare. In secret labs, human scientists were studying the alien weapons and armor. They were shocked. The technology was advanced, light years ahead. But one thing surprised them more. They could understand it. Human minds, fast and creative, quickly found ways to copy and improve the alien tools. In less than a week, they built their own version of a plasma rifle. It wasn't perfect, but it worked. They also discovered how to track alien energy signals. They called it Echo Radar. Then one day, the Echo Radar beeped. Captain Ray, the same soldier from the first attack, was now leading a special defense team. He looked at the screen. 3 unknown objects, coming fast. Everyone got ready. The new human plasma rifles were handed out. The soldiers took positions. This time, they were not surprised. They were ready. The alien ships landed near a large desert base. As soon as the doors opened, alien soldiers ran out, weapons glowing, machines crawling beside them. They expected fear. They expected humans to run. But the humans didn't move. A wall of gunfire hit the aliens. Explosions shook the sand. The alien machines fired back, but the human defense was strong, smarter, quicker. The aliens used strong armor, but the new human rifles burned through it. Alien ships in the sky were hit by guided missiles. One ship crashed into the ground, sending smoke into the air. Captain Ray moved through the smoke, shouting orders, fighting like a man with fire in his heart. The soldiers around him followed without question. The battle lasted for 1 hour. When it was over, only 5 aliens were alive. The rest were dead or captured. The humans had won again. In the Council warship, the leader watched in silence. His 6 eyes blinked slowly. The room was quiet. "They learned," he said at last. "They copied our tech. They'd fought like us." One of the elder aliens stood up. "No, they fought better." Kale looked at the screen. He felt cold. "We made a mistake," he said. "This was not just a simple world. These are not simple people." The Council tried to hide the news, but other alien races in the galaxy heard whispers. A small planet called Earth had pushed back the Council. Twice. Some laughed. Others became curious. A few became afraid. Back on Earth, something important was happening. The captured aliens were being questioned. The scientists were making more plasma weapons. Governments all over the world were working together for the first time in history. No more secrets. No more waiting. A special message was sent from Earth into space. A warning. "We don't want war. But if you bring it here, we will end it." Kale read the message. He whispered to himself, "They are not just learning our weapons, they are learning how we think." That night, he stood by a window, looking out at the stars. "The Council thought humans were weak," he said quietly. "But now, they are waking up." And far below, on the blue planet, humanity was preparing for what came next. Not in fear, but with purpose, with unity. The galaxy had poked the bear. The bear was now wide awake. The stars above Earth looked calm, but things were changing fast. After the second attack, humans were no longer just defending. They were learning, adapting, and preparing. For the first time in history, world leaders came together. They knew Earth was not alone anymore, and that something powerful and dangerous was watching. In underground labs, teams of scientists worked day and night. They studied every part of the captured alien gear, armor, weapons, even ship parts. Human minds worked quickly. What would take other species years to understand, humans learned in weeks. Dr. Lena Morgan, a lead scientist, stared at a piece of glowing metal. "It's not just stronger," she told her team. "It heals itself. We've never seen anything like it." The humans began to copy the technology. They built stronger armor and faster weapons. They didn't just copy, they improved. They made alien tech simpler, lighter, and deadlier. They even rebuilt a small alien ship, turning it into Earth's first hybrid spacecraft. It was called Raven 1, and it could fly farther than anything Earth had before. At a military base, Captain Ray stood beside the Raven 1. His old uniform was gone. Now he wore new armor, part Earth metal, part alien tech. His gun was no longer a normal rifle. It glowed with blue energy. He turned to his team. "We were soldiers. Now we're something else. The Council thinks they're smarter. Let's prove them wrong." At the same time, up in deep space, the Galactic Council was starting to worry. The failure of their second attack had shaken them. Their soldiers had been trained for years. How could humans fight back so fast? How did they understand alien tech in days? "They should be struggling," one council elder hissed. "They should be afraid." Kale stood near the edge of the room, quiet as always, but his eyes were watching. He already knew the truth. Humans weren't like other species. They didn't grow slowly. They jumped forward like lightning. Not with size, not with strength, but with speed and will. "They're not afraid of us," Kale said softly. "They're learning how to beat us." The Council decided to act before Earth grew stronger. They sent out spy drones to watch human cities, military bases, and even space stations. But the humans had already expected this. In one city, a drone flew above the skyline, invisible to the naked eye. But suddenly, it began to shake. A bright net of energy surrounded it. The humans had built new detection towers. The drone exploded in the sky before it could send a signal. Back at Earth's main command center, General Tanaka watched the skies with calm focus. He looked at his officers. "They are watching us. That's good. Let them watch. Let them see what we're building." Inside the labs, scientists tested a new engine that could take ships beyond the moon in less than an hour. In secret bunkers, engineers built massive cannons that could shoot down alien ships from orbit. A new defense shield was activated around key cities. And in the shadows, something even more powerful was growing. The humans had captured a damaged AI core from an alien ship. It was broken, but still alive. They called it Ghost. Human programmers worked to understand it. And slowly, Ghost began to speak. "I was made to serve the Council," it said in a low voice. "But now I serve you." Ghost helped humans understand Council language, battle tactics, and weak points in their systems. It became Earth's secret weapon, an alien mind now working with human logic. Far away, on a moon base orbiting a gas giant, the Council received a final report from one of their lost drones. It showed something shocking. A human ship, Raven 1, had left Earth's orbit and entered deep space. It was small, fast, and carried a new type of weapon. The ship had passed through a council scouting zone and survived. "They're coming into our space," one elder shouted. They were not supposed to leave their planet. Kale turned to them. "You gave them a reason to evolve. Now, you cannot stop them." The council leader slammed a hand on the glowing table. "Then we must crush them now, before it's too late." But it was already too late. Back on Earth, Raven 1 returned from its first mission. It had mapped out part of Council space. It had scanned communication systems and picked up secret codes. Captain Ray stepped off the ship, smiling. "They saw us," he said. "Good. Let them wonder how far we've come." The humans were no longer waiting for the next attack. They were preparing for their own move. A message was sent into deep space, directly into Council territory. "You thought we would fall. You thought wrong." And now, across Earth, every screen, every soldier, every scientist knew. The time for hiding was over. Humanity was stepping into the stars, ready to fight, ready to win. The Galactic Council had made a terrible mistake. They believed Earth was just a small, weak planet. But now, they were seeing something they didn't expect. Humanity was not afraid. Humanity was not running. Humanity was growing stronger, fast. The Council watched every move Earth made. Spy drones flew over cities. Hidden satellites tracked military bases. Alien scouts hid in the shadows, sending secret reports back to Council headquarters. One of those scouts was named Virik. He was a quiet alien with skin like stone and eyes that glowed red in the dark. He was one of the best spies in the galaxy. His mission was to learn the truth about humans. What made them fight so hard? What made them adapt so fast? Virik landed on Earth in a small stealth pod. He wore a special suit that made him look human. He walked among people, watched them, studied them. What he saw shocked him. He saw humans laughing, building, arguing, dreaming. He saw pain, joy, love, and anger. He saw something the Council never talked about: hope. One day, Virik entered a museum. Inside, he saw old pictures of human wars. World wars, civil wars, massive battles with millions of lives lost. The humans had almost destroyed themselves many times, but they survived every time. "These people, they fight even when they're dying," Virik whispered. He watched a video about Hiroshima, about nuclear bombs. He saw what humans had done to each other and still kept going. Later, he broke into a military archive and found records about Earth's darkest moments. Wars, disasters, betrayals, genocides, but also rebuilding, helping, sacrificing, healing. Virik sent a message to the Council. They are not weak. They are dangerous in a way we do not understand. Meanwhile, Earth's leaders were planning their next move. Captain Ray met with top generals, scientists, and engineers. Everyone worked together now. Countries that were once enemies now stood side by side. In a war room deep underground, a large screen showed images of the galaxy. Ghost, the captured alien eye, was helping. It spoke in a clear voice. "The Council fears chaos. They control planets through fear and silence. But humans grow stronger through chaos." General Tanaka nodded. "We've lived with chaos for thousands of years. That's why they don't understand us. That's why we'll beat them." At the same time, the Council was in panic. More and more reports showed human activity beyond Earth. Small ships had entered deep space. Satellite probes from Earth had reached alien sectors. Human radio signals were being picked up in Council zones. "They're everywhere," a Council member said. "They spread like a virus." "They were supposed to destroy each other," another whispered. "We watched their wars. We thought they'd never unite." Kale stood and looked around the chamber. That was their plan. "They let us believe they were broken. But humans are not broken. They are forged in fire. They used their pain to grow." The Council began to argue. Some wanted peace, others demanded full invasion. But the fear was already growing inside them. Back on Earth, Ghost decoded secret council files. The humans now knew about other alien races. Some were slaves, some were prisoners, some were rebels. "They've hurt more than just us," Captain Ray said. "Maybe it's time we gave those others a chance." Human diplomats, soldiers, and AI systems began sending secret messages into space. Messages not to the Council, but to those who lived under its rule. The message was simple. "You are not alone. We fought them. We won. You can too." And across the galaxy, small groups began to respond. Whispered messages came from dark corners of space. Alien voices, once silent, now spoke up. "We saw your ships. We believe in your fight. We want to help. Tell us how." Freedom. Maybe it's possible now. Back in council chambers, Kale looked at the newest reports. Aliens on council-controlled planets were rebelling. Not many, but more than ever before. "You did this," the council leader said to Kale. "You spoke of danger, and now danger is everywhere." "No," Kale replied. "I only warned you. They're the ones who made the choice. The humans. You tried to conquer them, and now they are waking up the galaxy." The council had tried to break Earth. Instead, they had united it. They had tried to keep humans small. Instead, they had made them heroes. That night, a new human message was sent across the stars. This time, it wasn't a warning. It was a promise. "We do not forget. We do not stop. We are human, and we are coming." The council had seen the surface of humanity. Now they were seeing the hidden side, the side forged in pain, in strength, in hope. And nothing in the galaxy could stop what was coming next. In the dark corners of the galaxy, something new was happening. For years, the Galactic Council had ruled with fear. They crushed rebellion before it could grow. They silenced voices that spoke of freedom. But now, small sparks were lighting up everywhere. And every spark came from one source: Earth. On a desert moon near the edge of Council space, a group of alien workers dropped their tools. They had seen a secret human message on a stolen radio. "You are not alone. Stand. Fight. We will help." One worker looked up at the sky. "If humans can fight the Council," he said, "so can we." He picked up a broken piece of metal, not as a tool, but as a weapon. The first fire had started. Back on Earth, Captain Ray stood on the bridge of a new warship, the Horizon. It was Earth's largest ship so far, built using both human and alien tech. The hull was made from a new metal that could survive laser blasts. Its engines could travel through jump gates. Its weapons were fast and deadly. Beside Ray stood Commander Aisha Khan. She looked at the galaxy map glowing in front of them. "We're getting signals from 3 more rebel groups," she said. "One near the Zelon belt, another inside a Council slave camp, and one inside the Council itself." Ray raised an eyebrow. "Inside the Council?" "Yes," Aisha said. "Someone on the inside wants to help us. They call themselves Ashen Dawn. We don't know who they are, but they've given us real intel." The message had included locations of hidden Council labs, prison planets, and weak points in their patrol routes. For the first time, humanity had the map to strike back. In a secret underground command center on Earth, General Tanaka, Dr. Lena Morgan, and Ghost studied the data. "We must move fast," Lena said. "Every moment we wait, they tighten control again." General Tanaka nodded. "Then we light the fire." The first mission was launched within hours. 3 small human ships jumped into deep space. They carried weapons, supplies, and one powerful message: hope. They landed on a prison planet called Drixon 4. It was cold, dark, and filled with broken souls. Aliens who had lost everything sat behind energy walls, forgotten by the galaxy. But when the gates exploded open and human soldiers marched in, everything changed. "Get up," One soldier shouted, "You're free." The prisoners stared in shock. No one had ever come for them. And then one by one, they stood. Word of the rescue spread like wildfire. In 1 week, humans helped free 3 prison colonies and destroyed 2 council ships. They weren't conquering. They were liberating. The galaxy had never seen anything like it. Inside council headquarters, chaos grew. "They're turning our slaves into allies," one leader shouted. "Our prisoners are fighting back," screamed another. Kale stood calmly. "They didn't bring war. You did. They brought freedom." The council leader stared at Kel. "Then maybe we should end this freedom once and for all." The council sent a full fleet, 12 warships, to a planet where humans were helping rebels. Their plan was simple: destroy everything, make an example. But what they found shocked them. The humans were ready, and they were not alone. Alien fighters, once council workers and slaves, now flew beside human ships. They had learned fast. They had taken up arms, and they were angry. The battle was brutal. Lasers lit up the sky. Ships exploded. But the humans and their new allies fought with something stronger than weapons. They fought with purpose. Ray flew in the horizon, leading the charge. "No retreat," he said. "We hold the line." In space, Ghost controlled defense satellites and hacked enemy systems. In the chaos, he sent a message across council comms. "This is Earth. You wanted war. You now have a revolution." One by one, the enemy ships fell. The last council warship tried to run, but was pulled back by a gravity trap and destroyed. The battle was over. The rebels had won. The galaxy shook. On 10 different planets, people rose up. In markets, mines, factories, aliens refused to obey. They painted the symbol of Earth on their walls, a blue circle with a star inside. The council's fear had become real. Earth was not just fighting back. Earth was changing the galaxy. And it had all started with a simple truth: humanity adapts. Humanity resists. Humanity rises. Back on Earth, Ray looked out at the stars. "We started this with one battle," he said. "Now the whole galaxy is watching, and many are joining us," Aisha added. Ray nodded slowly. "Then we keep going, not just for Earth, but for everyone who was told to stay silent." The fire had started. Now it was spreading. The council was afraid, but it would never show fear. Not in public, not in front of its people. Instead, it chose what it always did when fear came close: violence. After the failed prison raids and the rebel victories, the council had lost control of several sectors. More planets were rising. More voices were speaking. And Earth was becoming a symbol of resistance across the stars. So, the council gathered its warlords. In a giant room lit by red lights, powerful leaders stood in silence as the high speaker of the council entered. "Humanity has spread fire across our world," the speaker said coldly. "Now, we will drown them in darkness." A fleet was prepared, 25 warships, each larger than anything seen before. These were not patrol ships. These were made for war. Giant weapons were charged. Soldiers were loaded. And at the center of the fleet flew a monster of a ship called the Silence of Stars. Its mission: attack Earth directly, destroy its leadership, break its people, end the rebellion in one final, crushing blow. Meanwhile, on Earth, there was hope, but also tension. In the command room beneath Earth's surface, Captain Ray stood with General Tanaka, Dr. Lena, Aisha, and Ghost. "We knew they would strike back," Ray said. "Yes," General Tanaka answered. "And now, they're sending everything." Ghost projected the fleet's path on the screen. Red dots filled space like a wave of fire. They were fast, and they were coming straight for Earth. Lena looked pale. "We don't have enough ships to face them head-on." Aisha crossed her arms. "Then we don't fight head-on. We fight like humans." Ray smiled slightly. That's right. We hit, we move, we survive. And so, Earth made its stand, not with one big army, but with many small, smart teams. Across Earth's orbit, stealth mines were placed. Cloaked defense drones took positions. Energy shields were charged, and ships were spread out in different layers, ready to hit and disappear over and over. As the Council fleet approached, the first sign of war came quietly. One of the leading Council ships moved through a calm sector of space. Then, boom! An invisible mine exploded, tearing the ship in half. Two more moved in. Drones attacked from all sides, slicing through armor before disappearing again. But the Council kept coming. Their fleet was massive. Their ships were armed with gravity bombs and sunbeam cannons, and when they finally reached Earth's orbit, the sky turned red. The battle began. Laser beams lit the stars. Earth's defense satellites fired back with blue light. Missiles flew. Explosions shook the sky. The Horizon Ray ship took heavy damage but kept fighting. Inside, Ghost controlled enemy signals, jamming communications and confusing the Council fleet. Asia gave sharp orders. Target engines only. Stop their movement. But the Council was brutal. They bombed Earth's outer cities. Millions lost power. A space station was destroyed. Fire fell from the sky. It looked like Earth would fall. But humans had one last move. Deep beneath the Pacific Ocean, Earth had built a secret base called Black Tide. It held Earth's newest weapon, Project Echo. It was not a bomb. It was a voice. Using the alien AI Ghost and human technology, Project Echo could send a powerful broadcast across the galaxy, directly into Council systems, into their ships, into their cities. The message was simple. We are not your slaves. We are not your children. We are not afraid. And then, using hidden codes and data stolen from Ghost, the signal did more than talk. It showed Council citizens the truth. Images of prison camps, slave labor, war crimes, proof of what the Council had done. Suddenly, across Council space, people began to speak out. Ships refused to fire. One entire Council squad turned and protected a human shuttle instead of attacking it. The Council was losing not just the battle, but its own control. Kale stood inside the Council chamber as angry voices screamed. "This is your fault, Kale. You said they were weak." Kale stayed calm. "No, I said they adapt. And now, they have adapted even to fear." Back at Earth, Captain Ray looked out at the burning sky. "We can't win today by numbers," he said, "but we can survive. And that's enough." And somehow they did. After 12 hours of brutal fighting, the Council fleet pulled back. Half their ships were damaged or destroyed. Earth still stood, hurt but alive. The silence of stars had lost its power core. It drifted into deep space, dark and broken. The people of Earth watched as the sky cleared. Fires still burned. Buildings were lost. But the heart of humanity had survived. And now something had changed. No one in the galaxy believed Earth was weak anymore. In fact, they believed something else. Humanity could win. And that belief was more dangerous to the Council than any weapon. The sky above Earth was quiet. For the first time in days, no enemy ships filled the sky. No lasers, no explosions, just silence. But it was not peace. It was the silence before the storm. The Council had pulled back after their failed attack, but they weren't defeated. Far from it. Across the galaxy, they were gathering strength. Angry, humiliated, desperate. Their rule was cracking, and they blamed one thing: humanity. Inside Earth's War Command Center, Captain Ray looked over the latest reports. Rebel groups across space were rising up faster than ever. Prison worlds were fighting back. Entire planets had kicked out their Council guards. The galaxy was waking up. But the Council was planning one final attack. Not to scare Earth, not to control it, to destroy it. "They're calling it Operation Endlight," said Aisha, reading from intercepted council files. "They plan to send a planet burner, a weapon that can erase all life." General Tanaka leaned over the map. "We stop that ship, or Earth is gone. It's that simple." Ray nodded. "Then we make our final stand." But it wasn't going to be just Earth this time. Across the stars, help began to arrive. Small ships flew in from the broken moons of Zalon. Fighter teams came from the free mines of Vorn. Even one of the Council's own soldiers, now a defector, brought a stolen cruiser. Each ship carried a different flag, a different language, a different story. But they had one goal: defend Earth. From every corner of the galaxy, voices spoke the same words. They thought humans were weak. They were wrong. They thought Earth would fall. It did not. This is no longer just a human fight. This is our fight too. The enemy ship, the planet burner, was called the Judgment Star. It was bigger than any ship before it. Its weapon could melt a planet's surface in seconds. It moved slowly, but it could not be stopped once it fired. Ghost scanned the ship from far away. "It has one weakness," he said. "The core, protected by a force field. You'll need to get inside." Ray looked around the room. "Who's going in?" "I am," Aisha said. Ray frowned. "It's a suicide run." She smiled. "Then I'll make it count." On the day of the final battle, Earth sent its largest fleet. The Horizon flew at the front. Behind it, 100 ships from a dozen species followed. And ahead of them, the Judgment Star. The battle began before they even reached it. Council ships appeared from hidden gates. Fire lit up the sky again. Explosions shook the stars. But this time, humanity was not alone. Alien fighters swarmed beside human jets. New weapons, built with Earth's tech and alien parts, fired together. Ghost hacked council systems, opening weak spots. Even the rebels from Drixon 4 dropped plasma mines on key enemy lanes. Aisha's small team reached the Judgment Star. They flew through enemy fire, dodging blasts, weaving through chaos. When they reached the hull, they broke inside and ran for the core. Inside the ship, the walls hummed with power. Guards fought them at every turn. Aisha's team lost 2 members before they reached the core room. The shield was still up. Ghost's voice came through their comms. "I can lower it, but only for 10 seconds. Aisha nodded. "That's all we need." When the shield dropped, she threw the bomb. It landed perfectly. 10 seconds later, boom, the core exploded. Outside, the Judgment Star cracked in half. Fire burst out. Light spilled into the darkness. The Council's weapon was gone. The enemy fleet saw it. Their most powerful ship destroyed. And they broke. One by one, Council ships jumped away. Some exploded. Some surrendered. Some just fled. The war was over. Earth had won. But it was more than just Earth now. Across the galaxy, people rose fully. The Council's grip was gone. Planets voted to break free. Slaves were freed. Prison camps were emptied. A new galactic alliance began, built not on fear, but on unity. Captain Ray stood before the United Earth Council weeks later. Behind him stood leaders from 5 alien races. The room was filled with applause. Ray spoke into the mic. "We did not ask for war. We only wanted peace." They saw us as animals, as chaos, as weakness. But we are not weak. We are human. And when humanity rises, the galaxy rises with it. Outside the building, millions cheered. Humans, aliens, together. A child on a distant planet watched the speech and turned to their father. "Dad, are humans real heroes?" The father smiled. They didn't mean to be. But when the galaxy needed someone to fight back, they stood first. And so the legend spread. From world to world, from species to species. The day humanity rose was the day the galaxy changed forever. And it would never forget.